The final act of the film slaps! It slaps! Welcome to Agents of S.C.R.E.E.N. I am your boy Miles, aka the dark skinned Enrique Iglesias, and welcome to my spoiler-free review for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. After the events of the first film, Sonic is determined to make his mark as a hero and decides to stay in Green Hills while Tom and Maddie go to Hawaii for her sister's wedding. When Dr. Eggman returns from the Mushroom Planet in search of the Master Emerald to conquer the world and exact revenge on Sonic with the help of Knuckles, Sonic and his new friend Tails set out to find the Emerald before it falls into the wrong hands. Directed by Jeff Fowler, Jim Carrey, Idris Elba, Ben Schwartz, and James Marsden star in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. But if you're new here, how I do things, I tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, my score out of 10, and if you should go and see this film when it comes out April 1st. Even though I did see the film early, I would love to sit here and tell you Paramount Pictures gave me a personal invite and I was lucky. No, I did attend, however it was as a +1. On behalf of my guy, Everything Lowry, you can follow him on Instagram, YouTube. He also does movie reviews. I'm gonna put all of his links. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate that. That out of the way, I don't want to waste no time. Video game movie, you know the stigma already. More often than not, they're trash. Is this one? Let's find out now. Things that I enjoyed off the bat: Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Fantastic casting. He was great. Again, great in the first, fantastic in this. Super funny. I've always found Jim Carrey funny. His delivery of lines in this is probably second to none. I can't think of anyone who could do this better. And the funniest moments in this film, for me, were scenes involving Jim Carrey. Something else I really enjoyed, the final act of the film slaps! It slaps! Certain things that happen take me back to that moment where I was a child watching my older cousin play Sega Genesis. Sega! Or rather, me thinking I'm playing, but my controller is unplugged and I'm there like a little fool watching my cousin play thinking I'm playing. But it took me back to that nostalgic moment, and I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I'm a Sonic stan like that, but again, the third act slaps! And I swear, just a little bit, like 1 milliliter, literally like a droplet of urine came out, bro. That's how excited I was. Well, I think it was urine anyway. And naturally, this being the sequel, there was a step up in everything. The production, the action set pieces, new characters. You had Tails, you had Knuckles, and Knuckles was on smoke. He was on that Timberland, Black Air Force One energy. The characters were good additions. And you can call them member berries, but there were some lovely Easter eggs that I appreciated from the games. Things that I didn't like. I felt like the film was too long. I felt there was a point in the film that I could have ended, and then it just carried on for another half an hour to 40 minutes. But I will also admit, even though that middle bit drags, like I said in my pros, you're rewarded for sticking around. So one could argue that that extra time was worth it, but this film was 2 hours and 2 minutes. I feel like it could have gotten shaven down to like a 150. Just make it like a tighter product. I also feel like this film is more geared towards kids than the first one. It might not be a con for some, but obviously I'm a grown mammal, so I have to point this out from my own perspective of watching the film. And I also overheard a child who was in the screening say verbatim, "Oh my god, that was so good." He said that from the mouth of the babes. Also, there was much more stories for the human characters. I understand why they did that. You have to add more layers to the story, try to give us more things to care about, but I feel like it was kind of hit and miss. Like certain things could have been cut out completely, which would have affected the runtime. Some things were just not that interesting, and obviously you come here for Sonic, but they tried to implement and give certain storylines that didn't, I was like, take it or leave it. Some I didn't care for at all. And this kind of leans into the whole more geared towards kids vibe, but I feel like the humor didn't hit as well as the first one. I feel at times it's a bit too corny, a bit too ridiculous. I am fully aware that I am saying something is ridiculous when the premise is a blue hedgehog, a fox that flies with his tail, with a Dr. Eggman coming from the Mushroom Planet. I'm aware of all these things, but I'm more specifically talking about the humor. But I will say, if you're a fan of the first Sonic, you'll like this. If you grew up playing Sonic when you were a child, you'll like this. And although I probably feel at time of filming that Sonic 1 is a more concise, svelte story, I feel that Sonic 2 hit higher heights. And I believe that Sonic 2, or rather the Sonic franchise, is an example of how you make a good video game film. It's not hard. Listen to the fans, exploit the source material, have a solid script, and voila, there you have it. It's not hard. Listen, we're not looking for best screenplay at the Oscars, but please don't make your video game films seem like it was written by a 3-year-old with crayon, please. That being said, I give Sonic the Hedgehog 2 7.5 out of 10. I enjoyed this film. And the way they set up Sonic 3, I'd like to see it. That being said, I've been your boy Miles. We've been the Agents of S.C.R.E.E.N, and until the next video, which will be coming extremely soon, peace.